वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो और आपका आज वीडियो है। आज जो वीडियो हम लेकर आए उसका टाइटल है
व्हाई दिस ऑस्ट्रेलियन रिफ्यूजेस टू लीव इंडिया 45 इयर्स ऑफ ग्रिड इन ऑरोविले।
ओके, तो चलिए देख लेते हैं ये वीडियो। लेकिन इससे पहले
इस वीडियो चैनल का ओरिजिनल लिंक आपको हमारी वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन मिल जाएगा। सब्सक्राइब है, लाइक है, शेयर को फॉलो इनके चैनल को उसके लिए लोग चैनल के इंस्टाग्राम लिंक भी हमारी वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन मिल जाएगा। सब्सक्राइब है, लाइक है, शेयर को फॉलो करें।
चलिए देख लेते हैं ये वीडियो।
One of the attractions of this place is you don't need money. We can live totally on what we grow. This is an evolving organism, you know. It's had its ups and downs and ins and outs. I've been here 54 years.
Wow. You may go back to Australia and live there.
I would have to be thrown out, I think. I'd go out kicking and spitting, you know.
After leaving the noise of Pondy, we drove 30 minutes up to Auroville for some peace and quiet. But as soon as we arrived, we heard a rumour of a local legend. An 85-year-old Australian named Johnny, who has been living in its experimental community
54
since
years से हो रहा है
1971.
वहाँ से।
He lives in a simple hut, grows his own food, and has survived 54 years without a traditional income. We immediately tracked him down. Today, Johnny reveals the reality of spending a lifetime in the Indian jungle and why he refuses to ever go back to normal society. Let's get into it.
How did you end up here, Johnny? What's the story?
You can attribute it to the Theosophical Society, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's a Theosophical bookshop in Sydney beside the Savoy Theatre.
Oh, yeah.
And the Savoy Theatre in those days was showing the sort of new wave French movies that when I was, say, 16 in 1960, I was entranced by the new wave French cinema.
Yeah.
And so at half time, which used to have a half time in the cinema, you come out and you get a whiff of incense from the shop below. And right under the ground beside the Savoy Cinema
Oh, yeah.
was a Theosophical Society.
Ah.
And there I met an ashramite woman who guided us here. Although I'd studied architecture, originally I was driving a taxi
Yep.
and making a sort of a mean life of it. So we decided to pack up and come in 1971.
1971, you came to Auroville. And what was happening here? Were they living in the town? And
I came overland.
Oh, cool.
There came Darwin to Timor, Timor to Bali, Bali to Java, Java to Sumatra, Sumatra to, I got a boat from Sumatra to Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka to
भाई एयर भी नहीं है।
And when you got here, was the mother here?
She was still alive, yeah, saw her. She was here, but she died in 73 or 4 or something.
Yeah,
something like
73. And what did you think of this place when you got here?
that. Yeah, it was a barren plain. We lived on the beach to begin with, and we had a boat and we used to go fishing, and we had nothing to do with what was happening up on the hill. But then people used to come down the hill and with their guitars and drums on full moons and in our place on the beach, and that's how we got to know people.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were building houses and didn't really know what they were doing, and so I started to help people build houses in Auroville. And that's actually one of the key encouragements in life, is to feel effective.
Yeah.
So you get here and you're suddenly in a place where people value what you do. And at the same time, and then, so when we finally came here, I was helping build houses here actually at the time. And when we decided to join Auroville, there was a reforestation program because you know how the plan of Auroville has a forest built around it. Yeah, well that's what we did for 10 years. We planted trees, and then living in very small, simple huts like that hut there.
Is that the original?
It's one of the originals.
Wow.
So they're just bedrooms. You have bedrooms, and then you have a central kitchen, you know?
So it sounds like a Nimbin house.
Right, yeah.
Carnival Falls community house.
Yeah, it's a community. 17 people living here at the moment.
Wow.
Well, when it's full, there's 20, that we can accommodate 20 people.
And what do? Are they like willing workers on your account?
Well, we all work together 1 day a week.
Yep.
That's usually in the forest, because we have a 50-acre forest now that we manage.
Wow.
It's just cutting out dead wood and interplanting and, you know, managing the forest. And otherwise, like 2 or 3 of them work in the botanical gardens every day in Auroville. Okay. And there's a thing called Eco-Fem here in Auroville with a hand stitching menstrual pads.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, so a couple of the girls work there.
Yeah.
And some work here. We have an upcycling lab and a low-tech lab here.
Oh,
And that's what we do here.
that sounds really amazing. And you love it here?
Oh, sure.
So how do you survive?
One of our major products of the year is jackfruit.
Ah, yeah.
4 months of the year, we can produce up to 4 or 5 kilos of jackfruit a day.
Wow.
And that, I think last year, that provided us with almost 100,000 rupees
Whoa.
in 1 year. Then we also have firewood, and carpentry wood. At the moment we're not allowed to sell that because of government restrictions, but up until now that's been one way we financed ourselves.
You don't want to go and get a pension in Australia?
One of the attractions of this place is you don't need money.
No.
We can live totally on what we grow if we need to. A community is a very powerfully functional organism, I think, good for raising children and for collective living, especially when you get older. Like, I've got to do hard work, I need 2 or 3 blokes to help me. You know? We got a Russian guy here he's only about 45 and he everything's a workout, you know. And so we got 2 or 3 really strong young guys.
Yep, and the gorgeous girls.
Yeah, there's plenty of girls.
What do you think of the new changes happening around here with bulldozing the roads and all that stuff?
I don't know. I've lived through so much. I mean, this is an evolving organism, you know. It's had its ups and downs and ins and outs, and there's been all sorts of confrontations and quarrels. And I've been here 54 years.
Wow.
You know? I just take things like that in my stride. I'm not going to, like I say, that's somebody else's business as far as I'm concerned. The principle really that we abided by when we first came was to be completely self-sustaining. There were 150 people in the community, and they're all pretty well old hippies who enjoyed hard work, who could sustain being out in very burning sunshine. So the whole place was involved in agriculture, like I had a dairy here for 25 years. But that was like unique to that group of people really, you know. That was like one subset of the community now.
Yeah.
And you can identify about 12 subsets who have different ethics and like still our personal ethic to say that we would be what you would call the farm and forest subculture or clan. Yeah. So our ethic is the environment. We protect the environment, you know, like if you're in the health ethic, for instance, then you're the health clan, then you protect health. If you're in the financial clan, then it's money. If you're in the youth clan, then it's fun. If you know, each clan has an ethic,
The spiritual clan.
Yeah, right.
The yoga clan.
Yeah. People come and say, this is a spiritual community, and you say, well, a 1/12 of it is at least, you know. Overall, it is a community. That's one of the sustaining things, really. You know, there's a common gratitude to both Mother and Sri Aurobindo for having initiated it.
Yeah.
And so that's really what keeps people together. I think one of the unique abiding characteristics is that you don't own anything.
Yeah.
You're a trustee. You know, like we were given 100 acres when we came here. We could take on as much, they said, take as much on as you can, you know. So we took on 100 acres of land, and we now look after about 50. We've sort of, you know, different people have colonised bits of land around us, generally friends of ours. We live in a unique circle of friends here because none of these people live around here, actually. They're people coming from outside here, but you have neighbouring communities, and so tonight we have a neighbouring collective meal at our neighbour's place, where up to 20 people come to that too.
Wow.
And that's people from around here who talk about issues around here, you know. So we are substantially a little community within a wider community, but and so, you know,
You're the old school ones.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, you know, like
The foundation boys and girls.
Well, the pioneers,
Yeah, the pioneers.
Yeah. I was sitting in the Matrimony yesterday, and I don't that often go there, but I suddenly had this very clear vision of Sri Aurobindo planting a seed, and then the mother coming along and watering it, and then the roots that came, sort of the original roots were these original 150 pioneers who planted all the trees and stuff in the first days. And now you can almost trace everybody back one by one to one of these pioneers, you know. There's very few haphazard encounters in a community like this. Everybody has some anchoring spiritual experience really that relates to the place, you know, and that keeps them here. Otherwise they don't stay.
Yeah, they move on.
You see a lot of people come and go and try, and so there's a lot of turbulence at the moment.
You're still alive and breathing the air and planting your trees and looking after.
Yeah, I'm constantly saying that you reach a certain point where you've got to want to be alive to stay alive. As a youth, you don't need to worry about being alive. You know, you've got to worry about not dying. I mean, I have very few friends left who are still alive. There's none in Australia. My last great friend in Australia died about a month ago.
Oh.
The mother said an interesting thing once. She said, no matter what, you have to agree eventually to it for it to circumstance, you know. That's why when she died, they said, no, she's not dead, because she would never say yes to death. You know?
Yeah.
There was a whole big ashram thing where they said that she'd been murdered.
Oh. Murdered.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
She was pretty old.
Auroville does live on the edge of a cult, sort of thing, or cult tendency, you know. He could easily be misunderstood.
So you're going to hang in there for a while?
Yeah, as long as I feel effective and necessary, you know. My family would quite like me to be there now in Australia. And so consequently they come here as much as they can.
But you're happy here, aren't you? Aren't you happy?
Well, not only that, you know, like almost everything here has a history, you know.
Yes.
Like I live in a living museum of
beautiful.
a place, and I have a routine which would be difficult to duplicate, both a food routine and an exercise routine and a work routine and a social routine. And there's a routine for me is like a skeleton, you know.
Yeah.
It's what substantiates you, but the flesh is where you enjoy it. How you fill it in is who and what you are.
So if you actually ended up in Australia, who's going to look after the museum?
Well, I'm delegating.
Oh, you are? So
Yeah, I
may
mean, like I
go-
say, 17 people, they all have separate responsibilities.
All right. You may go back to Australia and live there.
That's a possibility. I would have to be thrown out, I think.
Right, okay.
I'd go out kicking and spitting, you know.
Yeah.
But I haven't been in Australia now for 4 or 5 years even. I've been here up to 10 years without going back.
Mm.
But my mother was still alive when I came, and my brother was still alive when I came. So I'm the last surviving member of our family. But now, you know, there's my family then that still substantiates responsibility.
Well, I couldn't imagine you living here, actually.
No, it's
You're
a,
part
it's,
of the
it's,
furniture,
it's,
you're
well,
part of the tree.
It's a little bit like the planet. If we feel we're losing it,
Mm.
we value it more. You know, we suddenly see what it is we've got to lose. If you drift through life accepting what you've got, which you do mostly up to a certain point, and then suddenly if it's endangered in any way, you suddenly start to enumerate what it is that you enjoy about a life.
Yep.
And how the work that you would have to do to facilitate that anywhere else in the world would be challenging, you know,
That's for sure.
to say the least. And so it's not something that you'd,
Want to do it over again.
well, yeah, you don't have that energy again, you
Yeah.
know. I look at people, say, in their 40s and 50s now who want to move from here and start a community somewhere else. I think, man, you've got to be younger than that, just, you know. You've
You've got to be much younger than that.
You've got to have that youthful drive, really, to, you know. I mean, when we're here and you look around at the work that we did here in the early years was phenomenal.
Did it? Yes,
Yeah.
I can see that you
Yeah.
worked really hard back in the
Well,
beginning.
yeah, but that's what makes it
Well, you're
enjoyable.
young.
Yeah. Yeah,
Energetic.
exactly. Yeah, that's the definition of a hippie.
Well, you sound like you've had a really fun life and kept it all going.
Well,
and
yeah,
the original hippie.
yeah.
He's the original Johnny, the original hippie, down here at Auroville. And he's a villain. You're a villain, Johnny, one of the originals. Okay, thank you very much for
Okay.
that wonderful interview.
All right.
It's really fantastic, and we'll put you on our little TV show on YouTube.
Okay.
Mum and Son
So the mum-
Travels.
All
That's
right.
our YouTube.
What's the distance? Could I shake your hand? Let me look at my bread. I'm making
Okay.
bread.
Thank you very much.
All right.
for a wonderful time.
If you made it this far, make sure you
Nice.
subscribe to keep up
अच्छी
to
थी है
date.
ना?
भाई ज़िंदगी के उन्होंने 24 साल जो है वो एक जगह पर जो है वो गुजारे हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल भाई आसान नहीं होता कि अपनी ज़मीन छोड़ के, बेशक हिप्पी के बारे में हम जानते हैं कि वो अपनी ज़िंदगी में मस्त रहने वाले लोग होते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी यार मुश्किल होता है यार, ये है ना।
हाँ, और जिस तरीके से वो ट्रैवल करके आए हैं डिफरेंट जगहों से, मतलब सीरियसली इतना ट्रैवल करने के लिए, इतना एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए आपको काफ़ी एक हिम्मत चाहिए होती है।
True.
इवन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ना, जो हम सब कॉन्टिनेंट के लोग हैं ना,
हाँ।
हमारा यहाँ पर फैमिली सिस्टम बड़ा, मतलब एक स्ट्रॉन्ग बॉन्ड रहता है, तो इस वजह से हमारे लिए मुझे लगता है थोड़ा ज़्यादा डिफ़िकल्ट होता है अकेले जाना, अकेले रहना, मतलब ऐसा मुझे लगता है। स्पेशली अगर मैं इंडिया, पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश और
साउथ एशियन, जो हमारा इंडिया
South
सब कॉन्टिनेंट
Asian,
है
हाँ,
पूरा, उसके
उनके
अगर
बारे
बात
में अगर
करें,
हम लोग बात करें, लेकिन जिस तरह से उन्होंने अपनी ज़िंदगी की एक जर्नी बताई, क्रक्स ये निकलता है मेन बात का कि भाई ज़िंदगी में अप्स एंड डाउन्स आते हैं। उनकी बातों से मुझे ये लगा है कि भाई उनको किसी चीज़ के खोने का कोई डर नहीं है। अगर उनकी लाइफ में कोई डाउन फेज भी आएगा वो भी टेम्पररी है, अगर अच्छा आएगा वो भी टेम्पररी है, उनको बस उसके साथ चलते जाना
भाई इतना शांत होने के लिए भी जो है ना पता नहीं कितना कुछ जो है वो देखना पड़ता
यार।
होगा।
ही इज 85, शांत नहीं स्वभाव होता आपका कभी भी। मुझे ऐसा लगता है आपकी जिंदगी के एक्सपीरियंस होते हैं जो आपको सिखाते हैं और शांत करते हैं, मुझे ऐसा लगता है। क्योंकि अगर हम लोग भगवत गीता का भी अगर हम लोग कॉन्टेक्स्ट लें तो उसमें भी तुम ये देखो कि यही चीज़ जो है वो बताई गई है कि हर मोमेंट टेम्पररी है। कोई ऐसा मोमेंट नहीं है कि जो परमानेंट आपके साथ चलने वाला है, तो फिर उस चीज़ का दुख ही क्यों करना है। लेकिन ये चीज़ें हमें एक टाइम के बाद उसके लिए समय लगता है, और
बहुत समय लगता है।
हाँ नहीं, ये आप पर डिपेंड करता है। फिर वही बात ये ना कि देखो अभी मुझे कहता है कि जी जो महाभारत है ना वो, ये महाभारत को मिस करता है। हमने पूरी देख ली महाभारत तो, लेकिन महाभारत में जो टीचिंग्स दी गई हैं जो समझने वाली हैं, जो हम लोगों को हमारे लिए भी एक आसानी पैदा करती हैं, उसको हम फिर से भूल जाते हैं।
वो आपके पास सही है, लेकिन महाभारत में भी वो देखे ना एंड पे सब कुछ खत्म हो जाता है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद सुकून किसी को भी नहीं मिलता।
क्योंकि जंग से कोई एक पक्ष जीता एक हारता है, लेकिन डिस्ट्रक्शन दोनों साइड पर होती है।
जंग में कोई भी नहीं जीतता।
तो वो जंग चाहे कोई भी स्थिति की हो, ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो वॉर जोन ही हो, आपकी ज़िंदगी की भी जंग होती है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है। बाकी खैर एनीवेज, अगर ओवरऑल मैं उनकी बात करूं तो बहुत अच्छा लगा देखकर, उनकी जर्नी सुनकर। और सबसे ज़्यादा दुखी जो एक बात रहती है ना वो ये है कि वो अपनी फैमिली में से अकेले रह गए, लेकिन उसके बावजूद वो अपनी ज़िंदगी को आगे लेकर चल रहे हैं, वो बड़ी बात है। तो मुझे लगता है कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें उनकी कॉन्वर्सेशन में से समझने और सीखने वाली हैं। बाकी कमेंट सेक्शन में आप जरूर बताइएगा आपका कहने से बारे में। मिलेंगे।
गुड बाय।